I think one of the most underrated episodes in Buffy season 5 is actually the opener. Buffy versus Dracula is one of my favorite season openers. I think it is so much fun, and I think it deserves so much more love. And I think by your face, we're definitely going to disagree on this, but I love
I didn't
Buffy
see this
versus
coming.
Dracula. Oh my God, I have loved this episode for pretty much since I first saw it. I thought, first of all, the idea of bringing Dracula into the Buffyverse is fantastic because, I mean, he's only like the most famous vampire of all time. And secondly, I absolutely love, and I think this is where we're probably going to disagree because I know what your tastes are like, but I love that they went with the hammy, cheesy, like campy version of Dracula and instead of like a more serious version. So I think Buffy versus Dracula is so much fun. I love that they make Xander the Renfield character eating spiders and making all sorts of stupid comments. Giles with the Dracky brides is fantastic. And the guy who plays Dracula, I think he and Sarah have acted together before on All My Children. They played a married couple, which I find interesting. But I just have so much fun. And I remember, I think it was Jane Espenson in an interview was talking about how the way they wanted it to come across is they wanted it to be like a rock star had come to town, you know, like a movie star had come to town, and they wanted everyone to react to him like that. And so I really, really love it. Like, I love when they're at Giles's place and they're talking about like how he turned into the Bat, and then Anya's all like, "Oh yeah, we hung out a few times back in my demon days," you know, trying to like sound cool. And then Spike's whole, "Yeah, filthy Ponzo owes me 12 pounds." And it's like, yeah, okay. And also the ending. I absolutely love the end when Buffy stakes him, and then when he tries to go back, I just love that. You think I don't watch your movies? You always come back. And then I'm standing right here. I just thought that was fantastic. Plus, it is kind of Dracula that sets Buffy on her whole path, you know, because she says to Giles that Dracula saw darkness in her power. The fact that she lets him feed off her and then she feeds off him obviously opens her up to like a door of like, where does my power come from? Why am I drawn to this dark side? What is it in my power that maybe comes from darkness? And that kind of sets her on her whole path. So for me, Buffy vs. Dracula is just fantastic, but I can tell by your face that you're not agreeing with me. So let's have it out.
I was about to say the opposite. When you said it's one of your favourite season openers, I think it's the weakest season opener of any season. No, I think it really is. Yeah, I just don't find it that funny or entertaining. Like, I can see... Yeah, no, I just think it's pretty lame and old hat. And I think to do it in season 5... Because in a way, like, doing that version of a vampire feels more like season 1. And I can sort of see how it appeals to, like, actually do something, like, really meta like that and actually have Dracula and stuff. But it's just I don't find it that entertaining to watch throughout the episode. I think there's just a lot of really stupid moments, There's funny stuff in the episode. I'm not saying there's not. There is funny stuff in the episode. I mean, I do enjoy Giles with the 3 sisters. That's really fun stuff. But so there's obviously good stuff in the episode, but just to watch, it's a bit of a slog, which I don't find that interesting or entertaining. I think the actor playing Dracula does a pretty good job, and I think I've heard that he played Dracula before that as well.
Yes, I think he has, in like Vlad the Impaler or something. Yeah, but he's played a version of the character before, yeah.
But it's just that I don't really find his character that interesting to watch. I don't really find this idea of Buffy being attracted to him but trying to hide it from Riley that interesting. I just think a lot of the jokes have been done before and been done better, and I just find it a slog of an episode to watch, really. So for me, I'm not saying it's terrible, but it's definitely on the mediocre, forgettable line for me, where like, to me, it's easily the weakest season opener of Buffy. and the ending with Dawn is definitely the highlight of the episode.
It does contain there's some very important bits in Buffy versus Dracula. Obviously, you've got the opening with Buffy going out and hunting, as opposed to patrolling, which obviously is due to taking in the essence of the first Slayer, which obviously does come back into play. You have Giles contemplating leaving, which obviously we see him do over this season and the next season until, well, obviously season 6 has the conclusion to that. I also think it's absolutely adorable in this episode. Willow's the only one who knows that Giles is leaving, and so the whole episode she's trying to like make Giles feel included and like talking about like, oh, I wish Giles was there, and I think that's very cute. And of course, we've got that talk between Buffy and Giles at the end where she asks him to be her watcher again, which I actually think is a really beautiful scene and is done really well, and obviously sets Buffy up. And then, yeah, of course, you've got that wham moment right at the end.
She was chosen to protect the living.
I've changed a lot since I first became the Slayer.
He was destined to proclaim the dead.
Do not fight. I can feel your hunger.
On the season premiere, these two legends will meet.
I have yearned for you.
The season premiere, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. His powers are unparalleled.
Oh, okay, that's cheating.
His name is Legend.
Leave us.
Where'd you get that accent? Sesame Street? 3 victims.
Xander, I'm pretty sure that's Dracula.
Wow.
Dracula's back in Sunnydale. Buffy the Vampire Slayer on WB's new Tuesday.